who is in Katabi, ready to talk to Mr. Asan Kasingye to actually compound on the conversation. A very good morning, sir. What's the latest?
Yes, good morning to you, Romeo Busiko. Indeed, this is Katabi Entebbe Municipality, but in his personal and professional work style, Asan Kasingye is known by many as a very professional police officer. But these days, the police force is in bad light because of what happened on Saturday and many activities, or even what happened yesterday when many people were tear gassed when they were moving towards Bulange. But this is putting the police force in bad light, and he's going to let me know whether this is something they were dealing with to make sure they at least make sure they polish the image of the police. But I know he could be fatigued because has been moving to Masaka, has been moving to Bulange, held several meetings, and I don't know which next destination will be moving to. Good morning, you Afande.
Good morning, Stephen.
Are you?
Good morning and welcome to my home. And thank you so much for having me on this show.
Yes, Afande, we've seen you Monday, Tuesday, and even yesterday. The police, through the IGP, is apologizing for what happened on Saturday. But how many times will the police force be apologizing? Because this is not the first case.
First and foremost, we want again to say we are sorry for the incidents that happened on 17th of this month at Muguru village in Singo, specifically in Mityana, where the Ngo clan head Omutaka Gajure Kaira, he was celebrating, he had a Thanksgiving celebration after a successful 7-year service to the Kingdom of Buganda. In our assessment, because we saw what happened in our assessment, I think there was a lack of coordination between the police, the organizers, and the district task force committee on COVID-19. Otherwise, all those must have been factored in. Whatever the police was saying, whatever the commander, our territorial commander, the DPC was saying, these are issues that should have been discussed before. I mean, you and I don't need to have even seen what happened. There should have been some meetings, many meetings to discuss the arrangements, what should be done. All those COVID-19 SOPs should have been, discussed. How many people are going to come? Will there be social distancing? Will people be masking? How many places of washing and sanitization will be there? And even the police should have been, deployed in order to make sure that other people who are not invited do not come to the cultural site, because these are sanctic places.
About the event before?
I mean, when you see the DPC with his men, going there, it means they were not part of the organization. And for us, we think that is wrong, because from the onset, these should have been factored in the organization of the events. They were very, very important guests. The Omutaka is a very, very important, person in the Kingdom of Buganda. He heads a clan. A clan is a very, very important, aspect of the kingdom. So all these, the police should have been part and parcel to ensure that it is a smooth exercise.
As we move to 2021, do you think and see that politicians are trying to use the cultural and religious events to do mass mobilization and politicking? And in any case, is it something wrong that because the political spaces are limited now, they have to use all these spaces, like the culture and religious institutions, at least to rally this for support? Is it something wrong?
I think it all comes from the way we perceive the problem of COVID-19 is real. It's not imagined. It's real. Now, where we started from 8th of March up to today, we started from a point of largely, we didn't know. So you can say we started largely from a point of ignorance on science, but we knew the problem was there. But science, how it is, how contagion happens, what you need to do, if you're affected, what can we do to make sure that we don't get affected as a country? By now, these are how many months? These are something like 7 months. After 7 months or more, by now, we expect that people should be able to appreciate that this is a problem. And we should also be able to appreciate that it's not about to go away. So we need to live with it. Now, if we are going to live with it, then we must be careful to make sure that we don't make it, to go on mass rampage. Therefore, everyone, including politicians, should be able to know that they don't put people into problems. Because if a politician is a leader, so who do you want to lead if you are going to expose if you are going to expose the people into a problem?
But you
now, the EC definitely has a program for politicians and how they are going to reach out to the people.
Yeah.
Amidst this problem, there are going to be scientific campaigns. Okay? These scientific campaigns were agreed in the roadmap. You remember that all the participants, the politicians, the parties were invited and they were briefed by the chairperson.
But for this particular case, the one of Saturday in Mityana, you as police coming out and apologizing, are you trying to send a signal that something is going to be done differently going towards 2021? But even also many demands, even from the Katikiro, from different actors, they are demanding that the police officers, those senior ones, be reprimanded. Are you doing this, and are you promising something better?
Stephen, from the onset, I can tell you that apologizing is not a weakness. Apologizing actually is strength. We know that an organization, an institution like ours, we are going to have some people who are making mistakes. And therefore, when we make mistakes, I think it's good that we come out and acknowledge that we have made mistakes, operational mistakes or otherwise. And then, when you accept a mistake, it means that you want to do a lot in order to make sure that you don't repeat the mistake. Because Kasingye is not going to keep on moving and apologizing for the same things. It means that me and my senior colleagues are going to make sure that we have put in place mechanisms to make sure that this does not happen again. So, members, those who have seen us lately apologizing, it is a sign of strength, and it is a sign that we are going to do something in order to deliver our services better to you, Ugandans. At the same time, the Katikro, as you say, on behalf of Buganda, the Kingdom of Buganda raised very pertinent issues. And I can assure you that these issues are going to be discussed at our senior management level meetings, policy and advisory committee meetings chaired by the Inspector General of Police. It's a forum where the IGP, the Deputy IGP meet all the directors and the Under Secretary of the Police. So we are going to discuss in detail exactly what we should do, and I can assure you these are going to be administrative actions, including, disciplinary measures. So these are administrative actions, and the public will get to know.
But also the politicians accusing you as the police that you are spying on them. The other day, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, the MP for Kyadono East, also the flag bearer for NUP, was saying that the drone was sent into his home, and he's pointing fingers at the police. And also, Dr. Kizza Besigye has, on time and again, said you are trading him. Is there something suspicious with these politicians that you're trying to even to poke into their bedrooms?
we are not a big brother. We are not a big brother institution. But you also remember that we have a constitutional mandate of investigations and detection. Detection of crime is a constitutional mandate. I am not saying that we sent a drone. These are matters that are being investigated. I think our public relations officer made a statement. Whether that statement is right or it is not right will be subjected to an investigation that is already being done. And I am sure he will come back to the public and tell the public exactly what happened. Okay, but let members of the, leaders of political parties and those who want to lead us know that the police are not there to spy on them, no. Our interest will always remain that there is law and order in the roadmap, in the exercise. Before, during, and after elections. Okay. That is our interest. And if you have not committed any crime or intending to commit any crime against the people of Uganda, there is no problem.
Afande, as I wind up this conversation, allow me to, first of all, congratulate you for two things. Last month, you are celebrating 29 years of living in happy marriage. Yes. And of course, also 2 months ago, you won and battled and won the battle of COVID-19. And I think those are two good things that I should congratulate you about.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen.
Just make your final word to the viewers, especially in the enforcement of COVID-19 guidelines and the political roadmap 2021.
Dear Ugandans, COVID-19 is real. It impacts on us differently at personal level, at institutional level, at family level. I am a victim myself. This family home was quarantined for 14 days and more. And we know what we experienced in this home. Food would be thrown on these gates, on this fence. You ask for matoke, they bring it and they throw it there. You can imagine that kind of thing.
That was a bad experience.
That is a very bad experience. I want Ugandans to know it is real. Now we are going into an election. I request that all party leaders and everybody who is going to be involved in this election to make his or her role and ensure that while you are doing your part, you should also make sure that you are not oblivious of the fact that COVID-19 is real. So let's all take precaution. And I request all members of the public also to take precaution, to remain safe and secure, and not to cause problems to yourself, your family, and of course other members of the public.
Thank you so much, Afande Asan Kasingye. He is the political commissar of Uganda Police and as well as the Assistant Inspector General of Police, but previously has served as the police spokesperson as well as the head of the International Police Interpol. This is Morning at NTV. Stephen Mbidon Fefeswe Chibuga been with him here at his financial home in Katavi. Back to you in the studio.